stuffed ourselves a tiny bit. We should take one off our lumber. That helps. That helps. What do these do? Plus one resolve boxes. Sure. Can't afford it. Oh. Fine, we're fine, we're fine. That gives us 2. Then we just do these 2. Boom, boom. And we got gold. I should have realized we got gold from one of them. But hey, we did a new thing. One on corrosive torrent. We won with 13. Okay. No, back to our map. I think I don't know if we'll have time for one more in terms of on the map cycle, or whether that does it. We'll take this box either way. Yeah, it looks like we can't. And yeah, we're not within the time, so we just have to accept the storm. That's okay. We gained, what, like 2 or 3 prestige on this level. So we've made it a reasonable way in the cycle. Hello. Thank you, Steph. I'm impressed with how you've been going at Rain World. I have to admit, I did the base game and then noped out. I just wasn't enjoying it with the extra characters. But no, you've been doing impressively well, so good job. 50 XP. 50 XP. Love it. Okay, upgrades. What can we afford? We can only afford 1 really, so the question is, what do we want the most out of? All resources getting +1. Green impatience going slower because we're probably not getting the camp. 3% bonus to trader arrival. I guess we could look at what's behind as well. You see why, but you're deeply in love with it? Well, good. I mean, like, I really did appreciate the game. I just couldn't put myself through that again. Hello, Tori. Not a problem, not a problem. Enjoy work, and thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope that I wasn't being like, I wasn't trying to be critical the other night with talking about sound things. I was going to say, the one thing I should have said is, watch back your VOD at some point and like listen to the sound levels and then maybe tweak a little bit if you think they need tweaking. I think that's the advice I should have given. Because I do think that that is like one of the things that's really hard, especially when you're new to streaming, is watching your own VODs. You know, and no one likes to hear themselves speak, but I do think that like getting the sound levels at the start makes a big difference. But it's like always awkward when you go into someone else's channel and you're giving them any sort of criticism. Like you're trying to be like constructive, but it's awkward. Okay, what do we got? New embarkation bonus. Trappers camp. I think we should be taking Lizard House upgrades is what we need to get. So you know what? We're going to go up this way. Yeah, we're going to go up that way. Okay, so where do we need to go to? We've already done that one, so we're trying to go to the one out. Commercials again. Hero and Timothy. Yeah, apologies about that. I swear, because I don't have pre-rolls off all the time, because I don't run 3 minutes of ads a minute, 3 minutes of ads an hour, sometimes if you come in just before the standard ad roll, you get double ads, and I hate that. Maybe I should go up to the 3 minutes, but I feels bad. It really does. But yeah, I know, especially when you start listening to yourself sound is awkward. Like, it is awkward to listen to yourself, but it is one of the things that I learned that did help me kind of see things a bit or understand like different game sound levels and things, which does help you improve a lot. One of your starting blueprint choices is replaced by a wild card. You can choose one blueprint from all. So wait, this is just a positive, no negative at all. Okay, I mean, we definitely want to go there. Reduces the range of hearths by negative. I hate that one. The Viceroy tried to settle, but unfortunately failed. You start with a small destroyed settlement in your initial glade. We have to go down. We have to go down. Extra fertile soil. You have a higher chance of receiving timed orders from the crown. Proximity of the royal outpost makes it easier to communicate with the crown. The pool of order choices increased by 1. You have no idea what Against the Storm is. So it's a city builder roguelike. Hello, Kara. How was Street Fighter earlier? I know it seemed like you weren't feeling it all that much and ended a little bit early. Oh, we have the new map type, the Coastal Grove. Okay, we have to go Coastal Grove. Do we still go hard if we don't know what the thing is? And patience falls less on gaining reputation. You saw that you're gonna die? No, it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, so you effectively are trying to build cities that are self-sustaining to allow the civilization or the area to survive after you're gone. As in after you've moved on to start building the next city. You will trade with your previous cities, which is kind of cool. What do we got? 3 points left. Let's go for the meat. Do we just go full food or should we take some planks? What do we got? We've got 7 people that are coming with us. I mean, we could go the beavers instead. Beavers can be a challenge though, to keep happy. Humans are the easy, we should take humans. Humans are the easy thing to keep happy. In that case, we just take planks and we'll embark. Ooh, fighting games have a unique ability to take a mental toll on you. Yeah. Yeah. Especially when you're just not feeling it. Like some days with some games like any fighter, you just aren't in the zone. And so you just get your ass handed to you again and again and there's nothing that you can do. Forest fruits are so ripe that they almost fall into the basket on their own. Gathering speed is increased by 50% during the drizzle. What else do we have? The ground is moving and swaying from all rainwater it's absorbed. Gathering speed is decreased by 50% in a storm. So it's like opposites. Strong gusts of wind strike the holy flame. Resources you sacrifice burn 40% faster. Glad you guys to see your face anyway. Well, thank you. Humans are easy to keep happy. Unrealistic game logic. Well, no. So you can kind of see here. These numbers are their like base happiness. So the humans are at a high happiness to start with. The problem is they're content, I should say. To make them happy, to actually be getting victory points from them, you have to get them up to the blue bar. So the humans take a lot to actually make happy, whereas the lizards, they have a low starting point, but they're probably easier to get to the happy point. But yeah, humans are resilient. That's what I should say. Villages with this effect have a -2 penalty to their resolve, and it increases stacking every 60 seconds, so they need housing. Frogs can't get early housing though, so that might be challenging. Blight from the sky. Blight rot seems to grow uncontrollably in this region. Every storm season, 2 blight rot cysts appear in the settlement, multiplied by the number of years that have passed. Okay, that is a challenge. So we have this new building. So I've never been on this biome before. We have a Strider port. And I'm not sure if that helps us or hurts us. Oh, so we still get our 2 deposits on the map. So that's just a sheer benefit. To send someone on it, we need to be able to give them food and wares, which we can't afford right now. Okay, so let's have a look. We can pick one of anything. If you can pick one of anything, what do you pick? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where is the human anxiety modifier? I mean, look, they only get a
tier 1 sub to Steph_Koch. This is their first gift sub in the channel.
I forgot about the text-to-speech. This is thank you, Kara. You don't have to do that. I do appreciate it though.
Karathro gifted a tier 1 sub to Toriador90. They have given 2 gift subs in the channel.
What do we do? So we could pick the, what do you call it? We could pick the, what am I thinking? We could pick not a smelter, a kiln, guaranteed coal, better bricks than the base. Because you need bricks to make frog houses. And the thing is that we do definitely want frog housing because they need housing to survive the swarms. And they can't do base housing. They can only do their special housing. So we need to be very, very, very careful with them. And they need 6 bricks. So it's either like a brickyard or this. And I feel like the kiln, we're always happy with this. We're happy with the meat for the lizards, which are going to be the hardest to keep happy early. So I think we pick that. Now let's have a look at our other 2. A herbalist camp and a distillery. Do we need a herbalist camp straight away? No, because you're like a forager, you're a stone cutter, and you're a fishing place. So in terms of camp, that doesn't matter right now. We can also check the map. Like, do they have, they do have berries. So, I mean, it could be handy. Is there a way to make the voice pronounce go differently? No, unfortunately not. It just does what it does, and you have to appreciate that. So we'll take ale, incense, pickled goods. It could be okay. Smithy for tools or tavern for Gleeman's Tales. Tools are always good. Pack of trade goods, always handy. Do we have copper in these veins? We do have copper, so we should take something with tools because it will probably be worthwhile. Okay, so we've got our buildings to start with. Let's start our camps out. So we always want a woodcutter. Where is our woodcutter going to go? Probably this way. We'll build it over close to here though, because we can move it. P14. I mean, we honestly from P10 we struggled with a lot. P10, I think I lost 3 or 4 games in a row. And then since then, we've been doing better. But definitely we had a lot of failures there. One thing I've learned is you should just starve everyone straight away. They shouldn't be eating any food at the very start because they don't need it. And then once they start getting negatives, then you start giving them food. And what do we need? A forager? Forager. So that'll do that. We should get the fishing camp up. Fishing. And then we should work out some housing. We can't really do a lot of housing. All right, we did want a kiln straight up because that will use all our bricks, but it is so worth it. We don't need a distillery early. We don't need a smithy early. We will get a makeshift post or no, a crude workstation because that is kind of necessary as well. And then we should also probably build a second lumber camp after that, but it's like less important than the first one and everything else. So we'll make that like a low priority. We'll speed it up a little bit. But yeah, so effectively, Steph, what you're trying to balance here is you're trying to impress the queen, which is reputation. You get reputation by doing quests, which we don't have any unlocked yet because it's the start of the game. You can also find challenges inside these glades that can give you more reputation. The small ones don't usually have much on the reputation field, but they have a couple of resource nodes. These ones have a reputation challenge as well as multiple resource nodes. And then finally, we have the Forbidden Glades, which are super challenging. Yeah, so you can't do it on your first cycle. Once the DLC's been added, you have to do like one of the storm cycles before they happen, before they exist. That's what I learned. So this is our first map with one of the little striders. The things that you're trying to balance the reputation gain against is the queen's impatience. The queen gets pissed off and will effectively... Should we move you? Yeah, we should move you to that. The queen gets pissed off. If that bar fills up, you basically lose the game. You have like a short window to finish, but otherwise you lose the game. And then to balance against that is also the hostility of the forest. So the forest gets more hostile the more glades you open up. So it becomes more and more dangerous, and storm cycles, basically as this pumps up, so you can see here it says 2224. If our hostility is at 200, then we'll have these three things active. If we get to 400, the blight from the sky also activates, as well as during the storm, you get -4 to global resolve per hostility level. So if we have 200 hostility here, we'll be getting -8 to our resolve, which is the green numbers here. So -8 wouldn't put us below 0 for any of them. But if we got to 300 and had a -12 hostility, we would have our frogs and our lizards below 0. So they would start leaving our town, which makes it very difficult. And the thing is, if anyone leaves, it bumps up the Queen's impatience. Now, the Queen's impatience does have a lowering effect on the hostility of the forest. Basically, your villagers understand that the Queen is a little bit vengeful, and if they don't try and please her, then they're going to be in trouble. So, you know, they do have a little bit of a negative there, but that is just a very small thing. Okay, so we should make some bricks. We should probably only make 6 bricks. We're happy to make a bunch of coal, but we probably should cap it at like 80 for now, just so that we can keep some. You are good at clay. No one is good at fishing, so we'll just put some humans on the fishing. Okay, so we have a cornerstone. Just the right amount. Villagers with leisure needs fulfilled. Sounds like a lot of... Yeah, I mean... So the thing is, because we are on P14, we have like a lot of difficulty modifiers that make it more challenging. Earlier on, it's much easier. So instead of like, we only have one positive thing that happens only during drizzle season and a whole bunch of negative things that can happen during the storm. Basically, there's a 3-season cycle for each year: a drizzle, a clearance, a storm. When you start the game, number one, you don't need anywhere near as much reputation to win. So the bar might chop off like right here. You might have like 5 or 6 extra things to do, which is something that makes it more difficult. But the other thing is that you also have more beneficial things and less negative things early on. And the game does like kind of ease you in and ramp you up fairly well. So I do think it is worthwhile. We can't make packs of crops, but that might be good. Used in fishing huts to double fishing yields. You know what? Let's try and make some crops. Would we ever be able to? I don't know if we could. What are we looking for? We're trying to build a makeshift post. So at the moment we're going avoiding glades, so we don't want to open these glades yet. We just want to cut some lumber down. Do these trees have anything special about them? They have algae and vegetables. Okay, so you also get things that help you throughout the game periodically. So we can choose between people with their leisure needs fulfilled have a 25% chance of doubling their yields, or every time we open or send 2 abandoned caches to the Citadel, we gain 1 to global resolve. We will pick that. That is usually pretty good. Here we get to do our challenges or pick them. So obviously they unlock throughout the game. The first ones are usually pretty easy. The later ones are a little bit more challenging. So we've got some options here. We can either choose to upgrade 1 building to level 1 geyser pump. You can do this by selecting it and opening the tab. So we can either upgrade a geyser pump, or we can cut through 3 glades and salvage something. Now, out of these 2 rewards, I think this is a little bit better. The 5 good like parts can be quite good, but I don't really care about the bricks. I care about the tools, and I care about a passive +1 to stone and clay. So we'll pick that. We can sell 20 goods worth of amber to a trader or a trade route. We'd get 20 oil, 10 gold, or we can burn 4 blight rot. I think we pick the blight rot. We know we're going to burn 4 100% of the time. So now it's offering this one again, the geyser pump, or 3 trade routes and 5 packs of crops. That's a lot of villagers, which could be handy. I think we're happy with the water extraction though. We will try and get a geyser up on this map because we do have frogs which like water geysers, and we have 2 people that need porridge or can eat porridge. What do we got in there? So we've got an explorer's lodge in there. We've got some fertile soil in here. Actually, you know what? I think we have decided to move our lumber over here. We're going to open... I typically don't open a small glade this early, but we are going to get some farmland, which is really nice for humans. So I think that's worthwhile. So we can also favor someone. I don't think anyone is close enough to make favoring worthwhile at this point. Yeah. So you can choose a specific species in your group to favor. It gives them +5, but removes 5 happiness from all other villages. So we can't make any pack of crops yet, because we would like to make a pack of crop to get more of this. Optional only with bait. Bait. There are 3 options for bait fishing. None. Fishermen will never use bait. Optional. Fishermen will use bait when available. Only with bait. Fishermen will not fish when no bait is available. Yeah. So we're trying to get the maximum yield of fish from this thing, because we're going to spend our fish in here to try and get some rewards later on. So how many workers do we have? We have 2 workers who aren't doing anything. Let's put them in. We kind of want to leave the clay until we've done the glades. Okay, let's put some workers in here. We'll go planks only. Never want bricks here. Planks, we've still got 21. Okay, you know what? Cancel that. We're going to build some housing. So we don't have any bricks. Because we've got to get housing up before. Tried to use bait all the time since you figured it's a finite resource, but maybe that's a wrong way of looking at it. Yeah, I mean, because you can get more fish, because we only got 60 charges of fish, I think that means we can get up to 120 fish if we do it correctly. And that seems good to use bait for. How much of this do we have? You know what, we're going to put some humans in here just to make some bricks. We're going to make the bricks the thing, because we'll use some for housing. And yeah, we've got 3 villages there. That's not too bad. The other thing is we should also build some roads with our little person here. Do we want to go straight across? We'll go over this way. So because your firekeeper, like the fire stays alive by itself for a while, early on when you don't have many villages, I find it's worthwhile kicking your firekeeper off to build your roads. Just because no one else is really going to do it unless you have excess workers. It's just nice to have up early. And you can watch your fire. Yeah, so you don't actually need someone on it as long as there's fuel going, like fuel existing in there. So now our lizard resolve is low because we opened a glade, which apparently kicked us up to hostility 1. So we might have to move them back just to keep them happy, but we'll let them build a tiny bit more. Okay, we'll put you back. Now you're happy. You're fine. So we do have some farmland now, and we do already have a farm, so let's go build that. Oh, we've got a big... Oh no, it's still a small pond? It's still a small pond. Okay. Because it's a different color, I thought it was a different size, but it's the same. It's just a different type of fish, I guess. And then we will want a herb garden in there or there. I guess we put it there because it's close to the town. Yeah, that covers all the tiles anyway. Okay, and then we'll kick one of these off when they're, like these humans off when they're finished making this brick. I guess we should kick you off now. You're only just starting. So we've got the planks. That'll all go. You're going to build the roads. Well, I guess we should have thought about that too. Oh, you finished that one? Okay, good. Because we want to get the farm up as soon as possible, just because it's kind of important. Oh, right, you're also starving. That's probably why you're getting a little unhappy. Okay, so we should give you food. What food do we want to save? So we do want some food for this thing. So we should be careful of that. I think we should just give up roots though, because we're gonna be able to farm roots, right? Yeah, we can farm roots. So we should let everyone eat roots to stop the unhappiness growing within our community from being hungry, because it does keep stacking. As you can see, they've got a -8 to hunger because they are starving. So storm. So yeah, we won't be able to get any food from this season, but we will be able to in later seasons. We've got some coal here for a mine. That's not terrible. but you don't get the benefit. That's true. That's true. You don't get the benefit of them while they're there, but I mean, they're doing okay. We really do need you to eat some food though. I mean, when the firekeeper takes a break, they'll eat some food. They just haven't yet. Like, we've had some humans take a break. We need to focus on getting some housing up too. So we did say, I mean, potentially we should go, what do we got? We've got 7 humans and 1 frog. Problem is we do want a frog house because the frogs won't sit in anything. So we could go a frog house, a human house, a big shelter. That would do all of our people right now. So let's go human house, frog house, and then a big shelter. Just to cover everything. We can build it down here. I don't think we're ever gonna be building down here. Okay. And again, we need you to be here to be happy. So I don't think that they won't do anything at this time. So let them build, because this is usually your harvest season. So obviously they can't harvest because there's no crops in the ground. Okay, so now we've gotten rid of the unhappiness that was coming from starving. We can kick you off again for a bit. You can help build these buildings. The other thing is we probably did want to get more lumber than we've gotten. But oh well. We at least got this open up a bit. We'll try and cut this tree around, well, these trees out as well, because then we can build all our housing behind our hearth. I try and keep the warehouse clear for production buildings because they are always fishing resources from the warehouse and sending them back. So I always put my housing other side of the hearth if possible, or even further away. Like putting them over here is great. You can also move them for free now, so it's not actually that important. You used to have to pay to move the housing, but now you can do it without any resource input. Okay. Let's put you back on the fire, so you'll build that back up. Okay, so what do we got in terms of homelessness? We have everyone housed, which is great. I know that we aren't likely to be at level 2 on our hostility meter, so 200 hostility, but just the fact that we could have been at some was concerning. So because we do want to get 1 ruin rebuild or salvaged, we could open this one because we know there is an explorer's lodge there. So I think that we should work towards that next, just so that we can get that done, because this will be the second glade opened. We'll have the option to restore that, and then we probably just open this as our 3rd one. While we can get more villagers, we will onto lumber, just to keep our lumbering going. Because yeah, during the storm you can have challenges with keeping people happy, and the easy way to drop your hostility is to reduce your woodcutters, because each woodcutter is giving us 24 hostility. The glade that we opened is giving us 15, and the amount of villagers we have is giving us 54. So as you can see, woodcutters is the major part of our current hostility. I think during the first